this is Stampy, and welcome to another book diary. This is the most exciting book diary. I love the words exciting and book diary in the same sentence. But yeah, this is the most exciting book diary that I have done yet, because I have finished my book. Kinda. So I've written my first novel to the end. Like, I literally at the end of the book wrote the end, even though that won't actually end up being written in the book. It was just kind of a satisfying thing to write after getting to the end of the story. So yeah, I've done the whole story arc. I've got from the beginning to the end. The story has been written, but the book isn't finished, not by a long shot, because I mean, obviously there's a lot of editing and, even like just typo hunting and stuff that needs to be done. But even before that, there's a bunch of changes that, are going to be made to the book. Illustrations still need to be done. So, there's still a whole load of work to be done. But I kind of have my full story now. And most of it, is going to kind of stay the same. I'm not going to be like throwing out huge parts. There are going to be some changes. One of the biggest changes is actually the title of the book is going to change. So the title of the book was really tied to the motivation of the protagonist, and I kind of realised that what I thought the motivation of the protagonist at the beginning of writing the story kind of just changed and kind of just didn't line up with, the way the story, the character actually ended up acting in the book. So the title's changing and kind of some of the wording around it. It doesn't actually impact the book too much, just because, as I said, I realised that, what I thought the book was going to kind of be about ended up, it wasn't about that. So that's going to be changing. So what my kind of plan for now is, what I've been doing at the moment since I finished the book is going in way more detail to the sequels. So I have an entire outline for the series. Every book I've kind of worked out all of the key points that's going to happen, who's going to be where, and kind of, what the overall story is. I'm now going back through in loads more detail, because something that I realised with the first book is that, I'd suddenly get to a position where, something happened almost unexpected, or there'd be something that I didn't consider, and I realised that I had to go back to like an earlier chapter to kind of change things a little bit, just so things like lined up a little bit easier. And obviously, once the first book is out and published, then I can't really make any of those changes again. So I really want to go through in more detail all of the sequels, just to make sure, basically, that I'm not missing out on any opportunities. Like any little moments where I might be able to allude or kind of give hints to something that's going to be coming up in the future. I don't want to be missing out on any of those opportunities. So I'm really kind of going, really in depth over, all the smaller details for the sequels, just to make sure that if there is anything that I do want to add to this first book, I can go and do that. And so while going through more detail for the sequels, I'm also making a list of all of the additions and changes I want to make to the first book. And so that's going to be the thing I'm going to go and do next. And then I think I'm going to write the first chapter of book 2, just so I can then say, like, I have started the second book, even though I'll probably only write the first chapter for now. I would like just to say that I've started it and kind of have that opening. I also really like the opening to the second book, so I kind of just wanted to write it anyway. And also it'd be a nice change, because the actual writing of the book is a lot more fun, compared to like just reading through it again and kind of making small changes. And then, yeah, once I've made all of the changes to the first book I want, then it will get to like the really boring stuff where I'm like, just typo hunting and just kind of, looking for, grammatical mistakes and stuff, which there will be loads of in my book, because I try and write too quickly, and, I just always making like little mistakes. Even if you just see my tweets or read my descriptions on YouTube, you'll see just how many kind of minute errors that I make, and it's really hard to find them, because when I'm reading back, my brain kind of just automatically filters the mistakes out, and so I read it as correct, but it's not correct. But of course, at that point, I'll have other people kind of hopefully coming in and helping me out just to search for all of that stuff as well, and just people that, have been writers for longer, people that, are going to spot grammatical mistakes that I don't even realise are a mistake, just because, I'm pretty new to this game. And then, of course, the other big thing is there's going to be illustrations made for the book as well. So the book is done, in a way, but it's not done. So I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but it is still a pretty exciting time for me, nonetheless. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to update you with in this book diary. As always, if you've got any questions down below, I'm not talking anything about specifics to do with the story or anything yet, so please don't ask questions about that. One question that I get asked loads in every video is like, is the book going to be published in like my real name or as Stampy? Like loads of people asking that question. I get it's a little bit interesting, but it's weird that there's so many people ask that question. So I'm just going to do it in my real name. I'm not going to publish it as Stampy. And then all the other questions are everyone asks like when it's going to be out, and I just don't have any idea. Like I don't want to say a date just in case I end up not reaching it. Like it definitely won't be this year. Like it will be in the distant future. But I will keep you updated in these book diaries, and if you follow me on any kind of social media, then I'll be boring everyone talking about it on there as well. If you do want to stay updated, I think they were like the bigger questions, and like anything particular to do with kind of I don't know, genre or word length and stuff. Like I'm just not really talking too much about that stuff yet, but hopefully once the illustrations are done, and then once I've kind of worked out exactly what the title is going to be, hopefully I can kind of do like an official announcement, and then at that point kind of the doors are open and I'll be able to talk about a whole bunch more. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about here. I'm not sure when the next book diary will be. It might be a little gap just because things there's not going to be any huge developments over the next few months, but once I'm kind of really properly doing the second book or have some illustrations to show or something, then maybe I will be able to keep you updated then. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!